Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. I got to tell you, not only do I wear your t-shirt, but I just, you probably see I like and retweet you all the time on Twitter because this week you said good morning, happy Monday to everyone who's not concerned about President Biden's age, especially the 65% of young people under 30 who plan to vote for him in 2024. The youth are coming. That's why Republicans want to raise the voting age, defend voting rights. This is, all they've got is how do we keep this young, diverse generation from voting, right?
Yeah. I've been saying if you can't, the Republican motto is if you can't beat them, cheat them.
Sure.
I mean, they've clearly seen that there is a trend away from Republicans, and these youth are increasingly becoming more and more engaged in the process. They see they're starting to sit up and pay attention to the abortion as an issue, climate change. Climate change is very important to the youth, and they see Republicans are playing that climate change is not real game. So you don't care about us and our future, have at it.
Yeah, and as a social media influencer, it just. We've been talking all morning, of course, actually, starting yesterday about Meet the Press, which not just Meet the Press, but the whole corporate media structure. You just said good morning and happy Sunday to everyone who agrees that Tim Russert would be rolling over in his grave to learn that Meet the Press is being used to normalize a fascist, lying sexual assaulter who tried to overturn the will of the people. He should not be given that platform, period. And I of course, liked and retweeted you as usual, because that's part of what Twitter's doing for us now, right? Still is that like, am I crazy? Did I just see that? And then you go on there, and you sort of, the people that you like and respect, like you, I go, okay, it wasn't just me, that I just don't think you can, after 91 felonies, give him this platform to just spew lies.
It was very disappointing, and so far the only person I've really seen do a good job with Trump was that guy Jonathan Swan.
Yeah,
the guy with the English accent. He did a brilliant job. He was prepared, and not only was he prepared, like he had. I feel like he had real-time reactions to the insanity. Like if you saw clips or excerpts of that video, you could see his facial expression twist. Like, did he really just say that? What's wrong with this guy? Like these puzzled looks, and Kristen Welker really just disappointed the heck out of me, because what a great opportunity. She's finally replacing Chuck Todd. She has a chance to make her stamp on this show that a lot of us have been like, get rid of Chuck Todd, and they finally do. And what does she do? She invites Trump on for a puff piece. That's what it was. It was a campaign ad.
We're tired of having leprosy. I hate leprosy. What did you give me, Ebola? No. But you tweeted that. You said Kristen Welker didn't conduct an interview of Trump. She did a promotional puff piece during which she repeatedly referred to him as Mr. President and allowed him to slam President Biden with lies and no correction or pushback. You said NBC might as well consider it part of itself part of the Trump campaign. I mean, it's, and I was saying fact checking the next day or online is too late.
Yes, absolutely. Because by then, the clips have made the rounds. And I feel like when he says some crazy stuff, some obviously untrue things, and she doesn't immediately push back, it's almost like an implicit what's the word I'm looking for?
Endorsement.
Endorsement. That's what.
Right.
That is exactly the word I was looking for. It's an endorsement of his bull. And it's a replay of 2016 all over again. I can't. I'm not going to sit by and watch this stuff happen. I'm going to push back every time somebody pulls a Kristen Welker.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, this is why we want to have you on. We love all our social media influencers. You and Joe from Jerz, we've had on Politics Girl, and it's so important. Victor Shee is our little stem cell of the Stephanie Miller Show because it just, and that's the good news, right? Is that they don't watch cable news, So there's a number of ways now to get the truth out there. We were talking about Twitter before the break, and I wanted to because Dad said, can I call you Dad?
Yeah.
But I've said, I'm not ceding the public space, like Rachel Bidikofer says. I'm not letting them run me off. I'm going to stay there and fight Nazis. I know Joe from Jerz has, said the same thing. Mark Hamill's back. First of all, you have a soft spot because you met your now wife on Twitter.
Yeah.
Tell us that story real quick.
Indeed. Thank you. It was 2017. I don't think I even had 100,000 followers yet, or maybe I might have been around 50,000. It was June 4th, 2017.
I love that we mark time now by how many followers we had.
Yeah, it was June 4th. I had been up all night long. I broke night, right?
Yeah.
And I had, in my little studio apartment, I had a beautiful view from Brooklyn of the city skyline, the New York City. So I could see both the Freedom Tower and the Empire State Building at the same time.
Wow.
So I had that kind of view.
Yeah.
So the sun came up, and it was a beautiful sunrise. So I snapped a picture and I posted it. And within like 15, 20 minutes, I had people chiming in from all over the world. I had tweets from hi from France and hi from Hawaii and all these different places. And she chimed in and she says, hey, hello from New Zealand. We're small, but we are mighty. And so I was like, oh, wow, New Zealand. Like, I never think of New Zealand, well, now I do. But
that was one of the original great things of Twitter is being able to, like, around the world, unite people and, the Arab Spring. And there's, the beginning of it. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I replied to her and I said, hey, New Zealand, that's cool. What's the temperature over there? And she said, like, it's 14 degrees C. Right. And I was like, oh, damn, she's hitting me with the Celsius thing. I said, I've always been a bit oafish when it comes to Celsius and Fahrenheit. What's that in Fahrenheit? And later on, she would tell me that I had her at oafish.
An American admits they are oafish.
So
they are Celsius snobs.
So we started, chatting via DM, direct message.
Right.
And we did that for a few days. And then we found a video app. It's called Viber. And we used that. And that was great. And all of a sudden, our chat time went from about 2 to 3 hours a day to about 8 or 10 hours.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Yeah. And she came over for a visit. That was June 4th. She came over on September 1st. On September 20th, which is tomorrow, on September 20th, I proposed. She said yes.
Oh, a magical story.
Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, my God.
So let's talk about, fast forward to Twitter now, because, we were asking her on other stuff, and you're like, sort of like, I mean, I'm starting to, a little bit on Threads, but that's where I've been in terms of just like, I posted the Richard Gere, I'm not going to quit, I've got no place else to go. In terms of Twitter, because I think I don't like the idea of getting bullied or scared off a platform that we have used so effectively politically, because I feel like that's exactly what they want. That being said, obviously him starting to talk about charging everybody for Twitter, I think would blow it up for good. What are you feeling right now?
I think it's a huge mistake for him to charge to force people to pay. I mean, this is for better or for worse, Twitter is and has been the town square, so to speak. It's where everybody comes to, everybody, the village idiots and, and the statesmen alike and the press, everybody comes, to exchange ideas and thoughts and whatever. With that said, I agree with you. I don't want to cede that public square to the worst elements of our society. And right now, like when I post a tweet, the first 2 minutes are mostly trolls, like replying to my tweet. It's literally like 90%. The first 2 minutes, I've got like 20 troll replies that I've already muted, so I don't have to deal with them.
That's how you know you've made it, Brooklyn.
Yeah. But this space is important because Threads is not there yet. It's blown up in popularity, but it trailed off after its first 2 weeks of like, oh, we've got 100 million users now. That's great. But they trailed off greatly. Twitter is still the straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah.
So
we're still little by little. Like Chris couldn't use it because it wasn't desktop first, and then I couldn't figure out how I send them to Jody to print, and now they're printing super tiny, and like I'm just getting used to it. I'm not, I don't find it as interactive as Twitter. Like but I guess everybody. I think you're right. Is like what I get scared of is we've all scattered to all these. Like who has time, as we were saying, for 16 different outlets, right? I mean, it is so. So what would your advice be now for people trying to make that choice?
Well, look, nobody can tell the future. Nobody knows what the future of Twitter is going to be right now. I have kind of hedged my bets, so to speak. And so I am on Threads.
Yeah.
I am on Post and Spoutable and Blue Sky, I think.
Someone sent you an invite?
I think I'm there too. I have a link on my page, on my Twitter page. It's a link tree, so it has all the different profiles. But I'm not spending any time on any of those platforms. I am on Twitter because I feel like that's where I can do the most good. I remember when I had almost no followers, and I used to message people, hey, can you retweet this for me? Because you have 10,000 followers. That's so many, and some more people can see, And so now I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Now I'm that guy who can boost messaging. And I've recently started, I started taking on subscribers. And what I'm doing is I'm teaching people, how to gain followers. I gained over 1 million followers in a very relatively short period of time.
Can you teach us?
Yeah.
I'm serious.
No, we're not kidding.
Absolutely.
Because I'm that girl that, can you imagine how many of these T-shirts are flying off the shelves today? Brooklyn Dad Defiant? I'm just saying. Look at that on my boobs. Look it. I might not be any Lauren Boebert, but look at this. Look at this, everybody. Look at this on my boobs.
Oh, my God.
Yes, we'll DM you, as the kids say, for some tips. But okay, that's good to know. And I just honestly keep doing the Lord's work, because you are just one of those truth tellers. And like you say, in the wake of, it's not just Kristen Welker or Meet the Press or just NBC, but in the wake of the whole landscape, this media landscape that is totally unprepared for fascism coming to America, you are just critical, my friend. Your voice is just critical. So let's get you back more often. I said to Jody, I'm like, oh my God, we haven't had him on in forever. Let's make this a regular thing, okay?
I look forward to it.
Well, now that I've taken your jingle virginity, I think it's completely mine.
That was great.
Yes, and thank you, Rocky Mountain Mike.
Yeah.
All right.
I got to play that for my kids.
We will send it to you.
Absolutely.
We'll send it to you.
It's your new ringtone.
Yes.
All right.
you.
All right.
Love you. Brooklyn Dad Defiant.
Brooklyn.
Twitter rock star.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, hi. I'm here with sexy liberal John Fugelsang wearing my Los Angeles sexy liberal shirt. Oh, my God. We have an LA show coming up October 21st. But how else could you see it, John?
How else could you see it? I'm so glad you asked. For a limited time, you can see the show live via pay-per-view if you go to sexyliberal.com. All the laughs, you'll miss nothing.
I can stream it from all around the world?
All around the world, in your car, while you're driving. Watch it at home.
Sexyliberal.com, yeah.